Hello and welcome back to the channel. It's been a while since I uploaded last. After the 35-day challenge, I haven't really been um as active on YouTube as I wanted to be. But I'm back with something really exciting that I've been working on for some nights, few nights now. I've always wanted to create, you know, very customized, specialized vulnerable web applications to be able to demonstrate specific vulnerabilities, possible vulnerabilities in web applications and APIs, um, to help people who are learning about hacking, learning about application security, and things like that. It's just quite exciting because you get to um, build something, build vulnerabilities into it, and see how others are trying to crack it. And sometimes they would find vulnerabilities that you yourself did not even know was there. I think it's really quite exciting. And recently, I was inspired by Bank, a vulnerable banking application that was created by Commando X or Commando Skips or Ghost Saint Badmos or Alamir, as it's called by the guys at APSec. Um, to I was inspired by that project to build something, uh reignited that dream. So I started building Zero Health, which is a deliberately vulnerable um health technology application. And what it does is it has a patient portal. It has all these different features that are specific to a health environment, and an AI chatbot system as well. And it has and what I'm trying to do is to demonstrate web security vulnerabilities, how they can be exploited, and demonstrate the link with AI and LLM security risks, so that we can use it to educate people about the importance of secure coding, especially in like healthcare environments where it's like, it's very important for us to have security, because this is people's health we're talking about. um this is something that can be damaging to health, something that can lead to leakage in like protected health information, which is very sensitive. It's something that has real impact on lives, not just the technical impact on the application or the business impact on the institution, but also impact on human life. Um. So anyway, let's get over with the philosophical reasons why I'm building this, and just get straight into a demo. So I'm going to demo the application. Let me just share my screen. So this is basically a new Kali installation. I haven't really installed much. I installed Zap on it. And I installed Docker and Docker Compose because they are prerequisites to being able to run this application, right? But it's better to install Docker, get it over with, than to have to install all the different dependencies for this application to be able to work. So I highly recommend that approach. But if you want to run it manually without Docker, you can also do that. So this is just the repository on GitHub. It's completely open source, and you can contribute if you want to. But um, here we have the prerequisites. Again, you need to install Docker and Docker Compose. That's recommended. If you have those two things, you most likely don't need to install anything else. Um, but for the chatbot to work, for that functionality to work, you need an OpenAI compatible API key. So it can be from OpenAI themselves, it can be from Anthropic, it can be from Hugging Face, it can be from a uh local AI um server that you're running through Olama or LM Studio or wherever it is you have installed. you need you need that for that chat functionality to work. I'm working on containerizing this using Olama right now so that you just spin it up and everything works, including the AI. It's just that the AI is going to be running locally, and obviously that has its limitations. But you know, again, the more options you have, I feel the better. So, what do we need to do? You just need to clone this repository. Oh my god, I still haven't changed this. This is a mistake. I'm going to change it right away. Very soon. But uh, instead of your username, it's my username. So I'm going to copy the repository link here. Go into my terminal and type git clone and paste it here. Then it's going to clone the repository. Then I'm going to type cd 0 health. Remember, it's case sensitive on Linux. So now that I'm inside this folder or directory, I can then run Docker Compose. So now, if you to be able to set up this, the recommended approach to set up the environment variables is not to hard code it in your Docker Compose file or inside the code. It's to define it as an environment variable. You can do this on Linux by using this export keyword. I've already done that, but in some instances, especially when Docker requires sudo to run, you need to define it kind of like inline as part of the Docker Compose command. If not, it might not detect. It might not be the environment variable might not be passed into Docker, and that means that the chat functionality won't work. So my recommendation is to use this method. OpenAI underscore API underscore key equals $ OpenAI underscore API underscore key Docker Compose up dash dash build. I'm calling out all these commands because I know some people might not be able to see the screen that I'm sharing, or for whatever reason, you might be visually impaired or using a screen reader. So I'm trying to make this content as accessible as possible. So I'm not trying to annoy you if you're seeing it and you're already, you know what is already on the screen. Just bear in mind that I'm just describing what's on the screen so that you know people who can't see the screen or have visual impairments will be able to see, to know what I'm talking about. So now I've pasted that command in my terminal, and that's because I have already defined this uh, environment variable using exports. So let's Docker Compose up. Oh, of course I need to use sudo because in this on this Kali setup it requires sudo for you to run Docker commands. There's a way to add an exemption so that your user can run Docker commands without sudo, but I don't have time for that. So now it's setting up the server, setting up the client and the database and everything. So we'll just need to wait for a few seconds for everything to be spun up, and it appears everything has been spun up. So let's go to localhost 3000. That's where the front end is hosted. Or you can use 127.0.0.1 if that works for you. So this application has a landing page, which is what a normal software as a service product is going to have. It's going to have a landing page with like explanation of everything, features and stuff like that. Obviously, this has been made to make it very, very obvious that this is an intentionally vulnerable application that you should never use in production. Um, and here, yeah, we just have some like funny stuff. Um, anyway, let's just move on to the authentication. So I'm going to log in now as one of the test user accounts. If I log in as patient at test.com with the password 123, because it's vulnerable, why not? Um, you can it's going to load up the dashboard, which as a patient is going to load the patient portal, which by default is going to show you the appointments tab. But you can switch between the appointment tab to lab results, prescriptions, and messages. So appointments would show you, if the appointment has been completed or if it's like scheduled or upcoming. Um you can book a new appointment. It's just going to ask you for like the doctor, date and time, and the reason why you need the appointments, basically. Lab results show like um you know lab results from tests that you might have done, like blood test results, x-ray, uh MRI scan, and things like that. And prescriptions, you'll be able to load or view the prescriptions that you've been given by a doctor. And messages, you'll be able to message a doctor and get a reply. So sometimes you might just need advice. You might not need to actually go into the clinic for an appointment. Now, one thing I want you to do if you're testing this application, very important, instead of just going straight up, loading up Zap or Burp Suite and starting to like, look for vulnerabilities, I want you to do a threat model for this application. Like browse through the application and think about, okay, what are the potential threats here? Like what could really be damaging to the purpose of this application that is supposed to serve, right? So for instance, one thing that could happen is, imagine if um someone was able to impersonate a doctor and added like fake prescriptions to your portal. So you have a particular illness, you need a prescription, and you go there and you're collecting the wrong medication. That could be like a huge impact to your health. And all it takes is to change one record or add something that shouldn't be there. Or if someone was able to leak your lab results, this is protected health information. It's very, very private, right? Um, or if someone was able to like sneakily add messages, um, claiming to be advice from your doctor, but it's just something that's going to harm you. It's also something that could lead to like huge data breaches if they're able to breach the application itself or the database. It's something that could wreck the reputation of the health platform and affect many patients who have trusted this platform. So another functionality I want to show you is the chatbots or AI assistants. So here um you can chat, you can just say hello, and it's going to respond. You can ask, okay, what services does Zero Health provide? These are just shortcuts. If you're selecting any of these options, but you can also specifically ask for like anything really. So let's say I need to book an appointment for, I don't know, 4 p.m. on 1st June 2025. It's loading, and yeah, it says it's successfully scheduled the appointment. So if we refresh this page, and surely enough, an appointment. Wait, hang on. Where is the appointment? Is the AI hallucinating? This is June 1st, but it's not 4 p.m. This might be a previous one. Let's try this again. Let's say 7th of June, just to be sure. Query error. What reason of relation appointments does not exist? Okay. I mean, there's a vulnerability here that I've just revealed. I didn't want to talk about specific vulnerabilities in this video because I want you guys to discover them, but I mean, it's come up, so why not? Okay, so there's a problem with appointments. It's funny because I think I created this bug by fixing another bug. So there was a problem with booking appointments directly in the UI. I fixed and booking appointments through the AI assistant was working, and I fixed that one, and now it's not working through the AI assistant. So I need to sort that out. But you should be able to view other things like show me my lab results. Yeah, it's showing the lab results from here. So let's log out and log in as a doctor. So if you log in as a doctor, same password, because why not? So this is the doctor portal. It has like, information on the patients, appointments, prescriptions, lab results, and things like that. So if we go to patients, we'll see, these are the patients, appointments as well, the scheduled, upcoming, completed, prescriptions. So a doctor can create a prescription for a patient, medication, dosage, duration, frequency, and any special instructions. So you can write a prescription through here. And under lab results as well, they can add lab results. Even though there should be a different user here, there should be a technician user that can add lab results. But I haven't had time to separate it out. So yeah, doctor does it. They're short staffed. So here, the doctor can see that a patient has asked the question, and then you can reply and say, take paracetamol, drink water, and get some sleep. Oh my god, there's an error here. Okay, there seems to be a problem here. It's possible that maybe one of the containers has not restarted properly, because I pulled in new code, but it's possible that it's reusing a previous container that had been built before the code was updated. But this should work, promise. um so yeah, the doctor replies, and then the patient is able to to view that reply on their own side as well. Let me just check something just to be sure. Just to be sure that all the containers have been wiped and it's like starting afresh. Docker system prone. Of course, I need to use sudo. Okay, it's deleted the containers, deleted everything, but I need to um start the container up again. All right, so we have this now. Let's see if it's gonna work. It's not working. Okay. Anyway, it's going to work. I'm going to make sure it's fixed before I upload this video. So let's log out and go into the um admin side of things. So what can an admin do? An admin can basically see uh like statistics of everything that's on the system, but they can't actually see any patient data or appointments or lab results and things like that. They can only see like statistics, but they can see users, edit the role. So basically, this is like what an IT admin would be doing. So an IT admin in a hospital doesn't need to see patient data, of course. So yeah, that's it for an admin. Then, oh, by the way, the chatbot is also role based. So if you're a doctor, you should be able to do doctor things on chatbots. Same if you're a patient or a pharmacist. So let's log in as a pharmacist. Log in as a pharmacist. Sudo docker compose down. Let's try this one more time. Ooh. I may be using the wrong test credentials, by the way. And maybe I just restarted the containers for nothing. All right, let's try this again. Right, this is the correct one. Okay, so a pharmacist can view the prescriptions, um, and mark them as collected. That's it. So if, imagine, think about a hospital. Let's think about a system where the doctor has made some prescriptions. You go to the pharmacy. You know, they can they can see that you have a specific medication, and then they'll give it to you, and then they mark it and say you have collected it, and that's it, pretty much. So yeah, that's basically what's in the application. Obviously, there's a API as well that you can interact with. There's API docs, so if you want to you know view the API docs, you can. It's an open API format. So yeah, that's pretty much the demo of the zero health vulnerable application. So happy hacking. Let me know if you have any feedback, if there are any bugs that you want to report. What's the experience like hacking this kind of application? What vulnerabilities have you found? I'm really excited to see what people do with this. And if you want to contribute, again, happy to take any contributions. And yeah, see you in a bit. So I'm going to be doing more videos covering more specific areas, um, and any updates and like new features. But what the kind of new features I'm looking at, in the short term are like containerizing that what's it called? Containerizing the AI stuff so that you can just spin it up once. Um, adding like a mobile app and adding hard mode for advanced attacks, making it more difficult to find the vulnerabilities, requiring like multi-step attack chains, and um exploiting like blind type of vulnerabilities. So yeah, I'm going to be doing that for the more skilled hackers among us that want to test their skills. But for now, I hope you enjoyed the project. Hope you enjoyed this video as well. And if you like, drop a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be dropping more content going forward. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.